I tried to find a shamanistic indigenous tribe in Laos and accidentally got invited to their wedding instead, while also cycling 90 miles on a bike that was about to break down. But a week before, I found this map on a hidden blog. It was where the many indigenous communities of Muang Sing in Laos live, and apparently some are shamanistic. I had no idea what that actually meant or to what extent it was practiced, but I knew I wanted to go see for myself. But I only had one day to explore, which meant I was gonna have to bike the 40 miles there and back in one go. And unfortunately, this region is all mountains. I rented a bike from one of the only hostels in town, and when I told them my plan, they laughed and said it was completely impossible and I'd be too slow. So of course I went anyway. I climbed all the way up into the hills the next morning, and this was so remote that the villages didn't even have names. The Lao countryside was amazing, and since I was at the border with China, there was a very interesting mix of people I saw. After being chased by many dogs, I made it 40 miles to Muang Sing by lunch and sat down at my first restaurant with no prices or names on the menu, only photos. So Google Translate did not work, and I pretty much just had to guess. Now I wanted to go find the communities, but without just showing up at their house unannounced, because I think that's kind of rude. Instead, I planned to bike through the small towns and see what I see. But I quickly realized I was the main attraction for the day, with hundreds of kids across multiple communities very curious about what I was doing there. Between some of these towns, the road turned to mountain bike trails, and at 3 p.m. the sun was full out, and this is when things got insanely hard. The suspension on the bike didn't work either, so going over huge rocks felt horrible. I did not find any shamans, but I turned the last corner before heading back, and there was a massive wedding. What are the odds? I didn't want to invite myself, so I tried to just pass by, but before I knew, this guy invited me to sit with him and his friends. He taught himself English and was one of only 2 people in the community who spoke it. His friends were all soccer players, farmers, as well as some students. And while I was learning about what the food is like at a Lao wedding, people kept bringing me so much beer. I was already delirious from biking at this point, so things got a little crazy. They invited me back to stay a couple days and do a day in the life as a farmer, so if this video gets 50,000 likes, I'll fly back. A reality check came hard though, with the challenge of climbing a massive mountain on a rusty bike, drunk as the sun set. To my surprise, the bike actually held up, but my legs were completely destroyed, and I pushed through to finish the day with 7,000 feet of climbing. I get myself into many unexpected scenarios in these videos, but this may just be one of my strangest.